SoFi has been a topic of discussion today, and in this breakdown, I'll walk you through what's been happening with the stock, some key data points, and what might have influenced its movement. So let's dive right in. Hello everyone, welcome to Daily Stock Update. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications by hitting the bell so you never miss any of our uploads, and also enter our giveaway. But before that, alert, this is not a financial advice video. Today, SoFi saw a minor decline of 0.71%. While this isn't a dramatic drop, when compared to other growth stocks, it underperformed. Early in the trading session, the stock dipped to approximately $15.28 before recovering slightly, but that initial drop seemed to set the pace for the rest of the trading day. Interestingly, there were no official news updates, SEC filings, or company announcements that could have directly affected SoFi's movement. Instead, it appeared to be reacting to PayPal's earnings report and general market sentiment. This is a pattern that has been observed before. SoFi sometimes moves in correlation with other financial tech stocks. Today, trading volume was also notably low, with only 28.9 million shares exchanged compared to an average of 43.01 million. Options trading saw a similar trend, with activity being relatively quiet. One of the economic factors influencing the market today was the release of JOLTS job openings data. The actual numbers came in at 7.6 million, which was below the forecasted 7.8 million. This wasn't an ideal report, but the market seemed to interpret it in a mixed way, as it slightly increased the chances of a 25 basis point rate cut at the March 19th meeting to 15.5%. The market continues to be in a phase where it is hoping for rate cuts, and any news that supports this idea is taken as a slight positive. There has been some speculation on social media about short sellers being responsible for today's decline, but the data doesn't support this theory. Short positions increased by only 102,000 shares, which isn't significant enough to suggest that short selling was the primary driver of SoFi's drop. When looking at short activity throughout the day, it remained mostly flat, reinforcing the idea that this decline wasn't due to aggressive short selling. Instead, the lack of volume combined with general market conditions likely played a bigger role. Some traders are also pointing to PayPal's earnings as a reason for SoFi's lackluster performance. PayPal reported strong earnings, but the market wasn't particularly impressed, leading to some downward pressure in the fintech sector. SoFi might have been caught in this wave of sentiment. Additionally, investors are noticing a trend where SoFi's stock price seems to be ranging between $13 and $16, similar to an earlier period where it stayed between $5 and $8 for an extended time. Another concern among investors is SoFi's lack of new product announcements. Unlike Robinhood, which frequently introduces new features and services, SoFi has been relatively quiet on this front. Some investors are hoping for news from the upcoming Fireside Chat with CEO Anthony Noto, particularly regarding potential expansion into crypto services. While SoFi's cautious approach might be beneficial in a downtrending market, in the current environment, where there are signs of economic expansion, some believe the company needs to be more proactive in rolling out new initiatives to stand out. Despite today's decline, SoFi's short interest remains at 12.28% of the float, which equates to approximately 132.17 million shares. The cost to borrow has remained relatively low, showing no signs of significant short-selling pressure. Options activity today included 13 million call contracts versus 4.24 million put contracts, with 47% of the options being bullish. This suggests that there is still optimism among traders. There were also some notable spikes in options transactions, likely from institutional investors rather than retail traders, as some trades involved substantial amounts of money within short time frames. Total trading volume in SoFi stock and options was relatively low today, with only $17.3 million in total premiums compared to $31.7 million yesterday and $28.3 million on Friday. This marks one of the lowest levels seen in the past 2 weeks. Despite the lower activity, the majority of call options traded suggested an expectation for SoFi's price to move towards $16.50 to $17, while bearish traders anticipate a decline to around $14.50. One possible reason for today's sluggish movement is that large investors may have been focused on other stocks that reported earnings, such as Palantir, which saw a significant increase. The broader market may have been more interested in companies with fresh catalysts rather than SoFi. Looking at institutional transactions, very few large trades occurred in SoFi today, and most were sell orders, reinforcing the idea that there wasn't much bullish momentum behind the stock. As for technical levels, SoFi closed the day at 15.29, just below an important support level at 15.32 cents. If the stock can break above this level tomorrow, it might have a better chance of recovering. On the upside, the next key resistance level is $16, while support levels to watch are $14.91 and $14.24. There were no new analyst ratings today, with the most recent rating from JP Morgan setting a $16 price target. No significant news articles were released either, apart from general references to PayPal's earnings, which may have influenced SoFi's price action. Looking at the technical chart, SoFi's 50-day moving average is around $15.80, and unfortunately, the stock closed below this level. After-hours trading also saw some downward movement, likely due to disappointing earnings from major companies such as Google and AMD. If this negative sentiment carries over into tomorrow's session, it could put additional pressure on SoFi's stock price. From a broader perspective, SoFi appears to be in an oversold condition based on indicators like the stochastic RSI. However, this doesn't necessarily mean a sharp rebound is imminent unless buyers step in. Historically, when SoFi has traded below its 50-day moving average, it tends to consolidate for some time before making a move. Many investors are getting the feeling that the stock might be stuck in a range between $13 and $17 for the foreseeable future, unless there is a significant market shift or SoFi announces new developments that excite investors. Given all this, what's your take on SoFi's performance today? Have you been buying, selling, or holding? Personally, I haven't made any major moves, though I had considered buying the dip during recent market fears. However, due to an unintended short position, I ended up staying on the sidelines. If SoFi continues to show weakness, I might start selling some put options to generate additional income. For now, my main focus is on earnings from other companies, as they tend to create more trading opportunities. Friends, that's all we have for you today. What is your opinion about today's video? Get involved and let us know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.